I hate to say this for Tim Albin and the Charlotte 49ers, but they are basically about to be the doormat when it comes to Tulane's bid to make it to the AAC title game. American Athletic Conference has got several teams that are interesting. Unfortunately, Tim Albin has suffered from the fact that Connor Harrell, the quarterback that was finally getting there when it came to what they needed, couldn't get there because he got hurt. Grayson Loftus has come in and been a mediocre quarterback. And in all honesty, I'm sure Tim Albin wanted to switch him out, but switching him out for Zach Wilkie, I hope I pronounced that dude's last name right. But Grayson Loftus has, he was bad at Duke when he was given a lot of time to play. He's been bad for Charlotte. And in all honesty, okay, the dude's an okay quarterback at best, but he really isn't much of anything. But this is what Tim Albin's got to work with. And at least he had experience. But Zach Wilkie, you know, he played at Southern Miss. He was decent there, but he had more interceptions than he had TDs thrown. Rushing, he was nothing. He's at least been able to rush one in, but I'm looking at this and I'm going, Tim Albin walked into a really bad situation. So, Tulane, I'm covering this game because Tulane is in the hunt for the American title. To be honest with you, yeah, if a lot of bad things happen, I can see, a possibility of Charlotte winning this game, but not really. I'm looking at this and I'm going, Tulane is going to roll wave. But, Tim Albin has probably learned a lot. He's had way too many injuries, and I do mean way too many injuries. I don't know if it's because players are thinking, oh, well, we'll just go to another school. I don't know what it is. But Connor Harrell actually showed some interesting drive, and I am sad that he didn't make it through the season. So we're going to cover this game by the stats. You probably already figured out who I think is going to win this game, but we're going to do it. If you like Group of Five football, if you like AAC football, if you like college football, period, because I do cover some Power Four games. I cover Tennessee football every time they play. Why? Because I am a ball through and through. But I love me some Group of Five football, and I love me some American Athletic football because of Navy. Hit like, hit subscribe. It'll really do me some good. Also, if you're looking to help a little bit beyond that, I got a Patreon. It's in the link tree down below. But hey, just hitting like and subscribe will do me far better. So let's get into this game.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video. And I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
So, Charlotte's visiting New Orleans. Hey, it's going to be a little bit of a bowl game for them. After a 1-10 season so far, Grayson Loftus, like I said, is QB1, 110 at 207, 53.1 completion rate. That's not good. 1,275 yards through the air. He's thrown 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Oh, and he's been sacked 20 times. So, yeah, they have no offensive line. Maybe that's part of why he's having this problem, except when you take a look at what he did at Duke, not really. Connor Harrell, though, did get sacked twice. He only got sacked twice. So it could be that this offensive line doesn't really, between injuries, and I don't think Connor or Grayson Loftus really has this team going in the right direction. Zach Wilkie has been sacked 4 times. They got 26 sacks this year. Not a good look. That offensive line needs to be re examined. They've thrown 14 touchdowns between the three of them, had 11 interceptions. 14 and 11. This is not a good look. They need a new offensive line coach or a new offensive line, one of the two. They do have 5 rushing touchdowns. Rod Gainey's got one. C.J. Stokes got one. Connor Harrell actually had 2. Yeah, their numbers are pathetic. Henry Rutledge has got 2 carries. He's got 5.5 yards a carry. Derek Ely, who is a wide receiver, has got 8 yards a game, and Connor Adair, a tight end's got 17, but none of them have touchdowns. Uh, you're looking at receiving Jabin Nicholas, who, hey, this dude's at least showing out. He's got 56 catches, 700 yards, 64-yard long run, 5 touchdowns. EJ Mason's got 29 catches, 396 yards, 62-yard long run, 4 touchdowns. Got a few other guys got 1. Basically, no offense all season. But 14, hey, that's not bad if you were looking at they had a run game. They got 14 sacks on opposing quarterbacks when you go to the defense. That's some low numbers right there. They got 22 pass deflections. Got to give them that. They do have 5 interceptions, but their secondary is a joke. Hey, now here's slightly a bright side. Slightly. 9 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries. Not bad, actually. Leading tacklers, Reed Wilford, got 67 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Dude's doing a lot of work for what he's working with. Caden Schmitz has got 62 tackles, 2 pass deflections, got an interception that he took 5 yards, got 2 forced fumbles. Jacarius Conley's got 58 tackles, 2 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, one that he took back 56 yards. Other one, 19? Got a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. They've got a defense. They've got a few guys on defense that are actually doing the work. You got to give them that. But they're also having the problem of too many injuries. Penalties, they've had 67 penalties, 561 yards total, but 51 yards a game. I'm looking at this between injuries and an offensive line that just won't allow their offense to get started, on top of the fact of that they've got pretty much a defense that's only got a few guys that's actually doing anything but not being effective with what they're doing. I'm sure Tim Albin is looking at this and wanting to get rid of the entire team. Tim Albin is used to winning, and Charlotte is going to be a long-term project. Now, Tulane, Jake Retzlaff, 181 of 296, 61.1% completion rate, 2,426 yards. You're looking at a guy that he's not as efficient as you would want him to be, but he's thrown 14 touchdown passes. He knows when to get the ball out there when he needs to. Got only 4 interceptions, not bad. Been sacked only 8 times. That's really good. Brendan Sullivan, his backup, 18 of 28, 64.3 completion rate, got 201 yards, thrown 2 touchdowns, but also thrown 2 interceptions, been sacked twice. So they got 17 touchdowns through the air, 10 sacks, 6 interceptions. There we go. I'll get it out here in a minute. See, I'm a redneck. I make these kinds of mistakes. Rushing. Jake Retzlaff shows why he is wanted. This is kind of like a modified triple option. 99 carries, 565 yards, 69-yard long run, got 12 touchdowns. This man is doing a lot of work. Javon Gordon, 102 carries, 435 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jamari McClure's got a touchdown. Zaburi Mobley's got 2. They got 20 touchdowns on the ground. They can ground and pound. Slightly balanced, though. Shaz Preston, 33 catches, 539 yards, 69-yard long run, 4 touchdowns. Bryce Bohannon and Anthony Brown Stevens, Zachary Lewis, Justin Reed all have 2 touchdowns. And Amari Hayes has got 1 with 420 yards. basically, they don't do a lot of explosive plays. They can do them. Don't get me wrong. They can do explosive plays, but what they do is kind of ball control with a lot more talent. So triple option advanced. Now on defensive side, they've got 26 sacks on opposing quarterbacks. Yeah, they can get to the opposing quarterback. Not as good as like say a power 4 team, but actually they're better than some power 4 teams. They got 39 pass deflections, 10 interceptions. Haven't taken any of them into the end zone, but you know what? They don't need to. Think about that for a minute. They can intercept. They've got a good secondary. This secondary is pretty good. Now, here's a weakness right here. They've only got 5 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries. They ain't controlling the ball that well on that side of things. Their defensive line is too busy trying to get to the opposing quarterback. Now, Jack Inshu, he's a safety. Now, I don't like this. I will say this much. I don't like this. Jack Inshu, safety, leading tackler, 65 tackles, 1 sack, 3 pass deflections, 1 interception. If your leading tackler is a safety, your defense needing some work, especially when they got to come up for a sack. Chris Rogers, 59 tackles. Now he's a linebacker. Hey, cool. 2 sacks, 1 pass deflection, 1 forced fumble. Now, here's another reason. Bailey Despani is a safety, 52 tackles, 4 pass deflections, 1 interception. I'm looking at this going, why are their safeties so busy? Why do we have a safety with the sack? Javian White, 39 tackles, 5 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Gavin White's doing a lot of work, as is Jack Shin-Chu, but they're spread out a little bit better, but their safeties are getting way too involved. But hey, you take a look at their secondary defense, got a good one. They're getting to the opposing quarterback. That's good. They just aren't forcing the ball out of the opposing team's hand. Overall, it's a wild stat line. And like I said, it's a triple option advanced. And they're doing it really well. I know John Summerall will not be listening to me. Why? Because I'm a small time YouTuber. I haven't even gotten 500 subscribers yet. But you'll know what I would do if I was Summerall? I'd have Jake Retzlaff play the first half. They're scheduled to have 29 and a half point. There's a 29 and a half point difference according to the odds makers. I'd have Jake Retzlaff play the first half, and then I would sit him down and let Brendan Sullivan get some action. I'd let him get experienced. I would. Why? Because you don't want Retzlaff getting hurt in some kind of weird situation. He's still got at least 2 years if he doesn't go to the draft. What he did at BYU was pretty amazing, but I would let Brendan Sullivan get some time with the ball. It's his last year. Hey, it's a senior night. Let his parents get to see him do something. He was at Northwestern. It was Northwestern back then. He's not the best quarterback. He really isn't, but he's somewhat efficient. But he also has a habit of throwing too many interceptions. But, this defense can handle it. Let Brendan Sullivan get some time in front of his parents. Let Jake Retzlaff rest. If I was Tim Albin, at this point, I don't know what I would do. Grayson Loftus, honestly, is not somebody I would want to keep around too much. He, as a QB2, barely is good. Maybe get Zach Wilkie some time. Maybe. I mean, seriously, you're talking about somebody that doing better than he was doing at Southern Miss. So give him some time. I mean, it's at this point that you've got to figure out who you're going to show, what you're going to show. Uh, Rod Gainey, You've been giving this man the ball. He's a sophomore. Maybe get him a little bit more time. I seriously, I don't know what to tell you about Charlotte at this point. I'm sure Tim Albin couldn't tell you what's going on at this point because his team, after Connor Harrell went down, I honestly think that they just lost everything. But, Tulane's got this game in the bag. It's just going to be a warm up, so don't have Jake Retzlaff out there the entire game. Let him get some rest because you got a title game coming up. This has been Paul, the Redneck Think, or with Redneck Sports. Sorry. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.